legislative and lobbying, and we'll go to Alderman Frost.
Thank you. There's one matter. The committee recommends approval of a resolution calling for a ceasefire in Palestine, the West Bank, Lebanon, and Israel.
Okay, we have one item before us. Is there any discussion on the one item before us? Alderman Rose.
Yeah, I just wanted to just thank the members last week who pushed this item forward. I've been, hearing from different individuals throughout the city of Rockford who have experienced losses of their family, losses of the property, losses of their entire lives. I did want to address one of the things that came up from one of the speakers in regards to the terminology known as genocide. That has come into question, and there have been claims made that the use of the term genocide is anti-Semitic. I just would like to make a note on that for the record. Back in February of 2020, there were numerous organizations, over 100 actually, that had written a letter in support of the use of that term, genocide, and I did want to add those to the record. One is historian Amos Goldberg, who is the Jonah M. Makover Chair in Holocaust Studies at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. That's in Israel. He published an article online which basically accused the state of Israel of committing genocide in Gaza. Raz Segal is the program director of genocide studies at Stockton University, who has concretely said that the genocide in Gaza is a textbook case of genocide. Segal believes that Israeli forces are completing 3 genocidal acts, including killing, causing serious bodily harm, and measures calculated to bring about the destruction of the group. Ben Kiernan, the director of the Cambodian Genocide Program at Yale University. Professor Barry Trachtenberg, the Rubin Presidential Chair of Jewish History at Wake Forest University. Robert McNeil, the anatomical pathology technologist and international forensic team at the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia. He's an ambassador, and he is also a part of the studies of the Bosnia and Herzegovina UK network. Professor Damien Short, the co-director of the Human Rights Consortium and a professor of human rights and environmental justice at the School of Advanced Study in the University of London. Taner Akam, the Armenian Genocide Research Program. He heads the Armenian Genocide Research Program at UCLA. Victoria Sanford, PhD, part of Lehman College and the Graduate Center, and the affiliated scholar at the Center for the Study of the Holocaust, Genocide, and Crimes Against Humanity at City University of New York. Adam Jones, the professor in political sciences, professor at University of British Columbia, who has also written textbooks on genocide, says there is plenty of this demonization and dehumanization on the other sides as well, but whatever peace constituency existed in Israel seems to have vanished, and there is a growing consensus for genocidal war, mass population transfer, and long-term eradication of Palestinian culture and identity. Ernesto Verneja, a professor in political science, professor at the University of Notre Dame, said it could be called a genocide even in a narrow legal sense for several months now. Michael Becker, a professor of international human rights law at Trinity College in Dublin, has made the same claims based on the South African case at the ICJ. And I will remind people that one of the largest organizations in the world that monitors and came up with the 10 steps of genocide, Genocide Watch, also have made similar claims and called for a ceasefire in February of 2024. I wanted to make those names available for the record because you know, when I use the term genocide, I'm not using it as a propaganda tool. I'm using it as a formulation for an argument that historians and genocide studies experts have made clear. And so I think that's important for residents and people to understand that these are things that I'm not saying, it's what the experts are saying.
Thank you. Other council members who have comments or discussion on the item before us? Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Durkee.
No.
Toomer.
No.
Frost.
No.
Torina. Hunty. Wilkins.
No.
Hoffman.
No.
Rose.
Aye.
Beach.
No.
Barrios.
No.
Meeks.
Abstain.
So typically, we use abstentions for conflict of interest. If our council would require a vote, it's a conflict. So conflict of interest would be a professional, personal conflict in a matter that's being voted on for contracts, for example, awards of contracts, awards of bids, things of that nature.
And I'm not abstaining?
Director Meyer, is it possible for somebody to
Yeah, so under Rule 3, says every member present when a question is taken shall vote unless excused by council.
Unless what?
Unless excused by council.
How would someone go about getting excused by council?
Probably be just a request issues made, we require a council vote.
Alderman Meeks, would you like us to have a vote on that?
On my ability to abstain?
Okay, so would I finish this vote and then come back to that? No, I'm gonna pause the vote for a second. Director Meyer, is that okay if I pause the vote?
Yeah, well, uncharted territory here, we've not had it, and we should call for an abstention.
Why don't we finish the vote and then I'll do a vote to allow Alderwoman Meeks to abstain. Alderman Bailey's up next.
Alderman Bailey.
This weighs heavily on my heart. This is not the forum for this issue. I respect all the comments made, pros and cons. So therefore my vote would be no. This falls in the hands of our congressional leaders. Sorensen and LaHood.
Shame.
Shame.
Thank you.
Fine.
To the audience, please keep your comments to yourself.
Alderman Bond.
Under order, or
No, you
in
didn't keep it
progress,
going.
I would suggest to Alderwoman Meeks that she could simply walk out.
Just attitude of all.
No.
Now we'll go back, do I need a motion and a second to ask for an abstention?
No.
Okay. Clerk, could you please call the roll on council allowing Alderwoman Meeks to abstain on item D1?
Durkee. Toomer. Frost. Torina.
You're voting on if you're gonna allow Alderwoman Meeks the ability to abstain on this vote.
Runcie. Wilkins.
I need clarification as well. Was there ever a reason stated why you were, I'm sorry, the Alderman was abstaining? I didn't hear it.
I haven't stated.
Alderwoman Meeks, do you have a reason that you'd like to speak?
Because I make my decisions based on my residents' perspectives, and I have equal perspectives being brought to me, so I don't feel comfortable meeting before you see vote. And that's my reason.
Thank you for clarification. No.
Hoffman.
No.
Rose. Beach. Marios.
No.
Bailey.
Aye.
Bonnie.
No.
Alderwoman Meeks?
My vote is.
Ceasefire. I don't know how stupid our children die. Shame.
And, clerk, what was the vote, the final vote for item D1?
2 ayes, 11 noes.
No, I'm sorry, for the overall, 2 ayes, 11 noes, thank you. Okay, next we'll go to new business, and we'll go to planning and development, Alderwoman Wilkins.
Shame on you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item number 1.
Check your privilege.